Jennifer Lynn Lopez, also known by her nickname J.Lo, is an American actress, singer, dancer, fashion designer, producer, and businesswoman. In 1991, Lopez began appearing as a fly girl dancer on In Living Color, where she remained a regular until she decided to pursue an acting career in 1993. For her first leading role in the 1997 Selena biopic of the same name, Lopez received a Golden Globe nomination and became the first Latin actress to earn over $1 million for a film. She went on to star in Anaconda and Out of Sight, later establishing herself as the highest-paid Latin actress in Hollywood.
Lopez ventured into the music industry with her debut studio album On the Six, which helped propel the Latin pop movement in American music. With the simultaneous release of her second studio album J.Lo and her romantic comedy The Wedding Planner in 2001, Lopez became the first woman to have a #1 album and film in the same week. Her 2002 remix album, J.Lo. The remixes became the first in history to debut at #1 on the US Billboard 200. Later that year, she released her third studio album This Is Me. Then, and starred in the US box office #1 Made in Manhattan.
After starring in Geely, a critical and commercial failure, Lopez subsequently starred in the successful romantic comedies Shall We Dance? And Monster in Law. Her fifth studio album, Como Ama Una Mujer, received the highest first-week sales for a debut Spanish album in the United States. Following an unsuccessful period, she returned to prominence in 2011 with her appearance as a judge on American Idol, and released her seventh studio album Love. From 2016 to 2018, she starred in the crime drama series Shades of Blue and performed the residency show, Jennifer Lopez, All I Have, at Planet Hollywood Las Vegas. Since 2017, Lopez has produced and served as a judge on World of Dance. In 2019, she received critical praise for starring as a stripper in the crime drama Hustlers, for which she earned Golden Globe and Screen Actors Guild Award nominations.
With a cumulative film gross of $3.1 billion and estimated global sales of 80 million records, Lopez is regarded as the most influential Latin performer in the United States. In 2012, Forbes ranked her as the most powerful celebrity in the world, as well as the 38th most powerful woman in the world. Time listed her among the 100 most influential people in the world in 2018. Her most successful singles on the US Billboard Hot 100 include If You Had My Love, I'm Real, Ain't It Funny, All I Have, and On the Floor, which is one of the best-selling singles of all time. For her contributions to the music industry, Lopez has received a landmark star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the Billboard Icon Award, and the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award, among other honors. Her other ventures include clothing lines, fragrances, a production company, and a charitable foundation.
Jennifer Lynn Lopez was born on July 24, 1969, in the Bronx borough of New York City, to Puerto Rican parents Guadalupe Rodriguez and David Lopez. She has an older sister, Leslie, and a younger sister, Linda, a journalist. David worked the night shift at the Guardian Insurance Company before becoming a computer technician at the firm, while Guadalupe was a homemaker. When Lopez was born, the family was living in a small apartment in the Castle Hill neighborhood. A few years later, her parents had saved up enough money to be able to purchase a 2-story house, which was considered a big deal for the relatively poor family. At the age of 5, Lopez began taking singing and dancing lessons. She toured New York with her school when she was 7 years old. Her parents stressed the importance of work ethic and being able to speak English. They encouraged their 3 daughters to put on performances at home, singing and dancing in front of each other and their friends so that they would stay out of trouble. Lopez spent her entire academic career in Catholic schools, finishing at Preston High School. In school, Lopez did gymnastics, ran track on a national level, and was a member of the school's softball team. She excelled athletically rather than academically, competing in national track championships.
While attending her final year of high school, Lopez learned about a film casting that was seeking several teenage girls for small roles. She auditioned and was cast in My Little Girl, a low-budget film co-written and directed by Connick Heiserman. Lopez acted as Myra, a young woman at a center for troubled girls. After she finished filming her role in the film, Lopez realized that she wanted to become a famous movie star. To please her parents, though, she enrolled in Barrack College, only to drop out after one semester. She told her parents about her dream of becoming a movie star, but they insisted that it was a really stupid idea and that no Latinos did that. The differences in opinions led Lopez to move out of their family home and into an apartment in Manhattan. During this period, Lopez performed in regional productions of the musicals Jesus Christ Superstar and Oklahoma. From there, she was hired for the chorus in a Golden Musicals of Broadway, which toured Europe for 5 months. She was unhappy with the role, as she was the only member of the chorus not to have a solo. She later got a job on the show Synchronicity in Japan, where she acted as a dancer, singer, and choreographer.
Lopez was selected as a backup dancer for the New Kids on the Block in 1991 and performed with them during their performance of Games at the 18th Annual American Music Awards. Shortly after, Lopez gained her first regular high-profile job as a fly girl dancer on the television program In Living Color. She applied for the job after one of the cast members was unable to continue with the show. Out of 2,000 applicants, Lopez made it to the finals. She was the runner-up but eventually received the role when the winner was unable to accept the job. She moved to Los Angeles to film the series and remained a regular cast member until 1993, when she decided to pursue a full-time acting career. Prior to leaving the show, Lopez briefly worked as a backup dancer for American recording artist Janet Jackson. Lopez was set to tour with Jackson on her Janet World Tour in late 1993 but backed out as she wanted to do her own thing.
Lopez received her first professional acting gig in the direct-to-video drama film Lost in the Wild, co-starring with Lindsay Wagner and Robert Loggia. Later in 1993, Lopez signed a deal with CBS to co-star in the television series Second Chances. Lopez received her first major big-screen role in Gregory Nava's 1995 drama My Family, portraying young Maria. Although her role was uncredited, Lopez received an Independent Spirit Award for Best Supporting Female nomination for her performance. In November 1995, Lopez starred in Money Train alongside Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson as New York City Transit cops. In August 1996, Lopez had a supporting role in the comedy Jack.
In February 1997, Lopez starred alongside Jack Nicholson and Stephen Dorff in the neo-noir thriller Blood and Wine. Lopez starred as the title role of the Selena biopic of the same name in March. Despite having previously worked with the film's director on My Family, Lopez was subjected to an intense auditioning process before she was cast in the film. Kenneth Turan of the Los Angeles Times stated that even in the forgettable films Money Train and Jack, Lopez's presence and ability made her seem just one role away from stardom, and with Selena she's seized the opportunity and turned in an incandescent presentation that is especially strong during the film's numerous musical numbers. He concluded by calling the film not just a celebration of Selena's life, but also of the actress who portrayed her. The announcement was described as the role of a lifetime from news outlets, and Lopez's salary for the film was reported at $1 million, which made Lopez the highest-paid Hispanic actress in history. After filming Selena, Lopez was really feeling Latin roots and cut a demo in Spanish. Lopez's manager then sent the song, titled Vivir Sin Ti, to Sony Music Entertainment's work group, who showed an interest in signing Lopez. Tommy Mottola, the head of the label, suggested to her that she sing in English instead.
In April, Lopez starred in the horror film Anaconda alongside Ice Cube and John Voight. Lopez starred alongside Sean Penn and Billy Bob Thornton in the crime film U-Turn in October. The film, which is based on the novel Stray Dogs by John Ridley, received somewhat positive reviews from critics.
In June 1998, Lopez starred opposite George Clooney in Out of Sight, Steven Soderbergh's adaptation of Elmore Leonard's novel of the same name. Cast as a deputy federal marshal who falls for a charming criminal, Lopez won rave reviews for her performance. Lopez provided the voice of Azteca in the computer-animated film Ents in October.
Lopez's debut single, If You Had My Love, was released in May 1999, as she began to ready her first album. Lopez became the first artist to top the Billboard Hot 100 with a debut single since Britney Spears did so with her single, Baby One More Time 4 months prior. During production of her debut album, On the 6th, Lopez was aware that she received her recording contract on the basis of her looks and an already established name in the entertainment industry, and she wanted to prove she had musical talent. Prior to the debut of her music, critics wondered why she would take the risk of launching a music career. It was noted that, if the album was a flop, not only would it embarrass Lopez, but it might even damage her career. Waiting for Tonight, the third single from On the 6th, is widely considered to be Lopez's best song. Lopez's musical success came as a surprise to critics. Its launch made the popular actor even more popular. Both the music industry and the public became intrigued by this woman who seemed to have so many different talents. By the end of 1999, Lopez successfully converted herself from a film star to a pop star. She joined a select few in achieving this feat, becoming the first since Vanessa Williams and Matuka.
On February 23, 2000, Lopez, accompanied by then-boyfriend Sean Combs, wore a plunging exotic green Versace silk chiffon dress on the red carpet of the 42nd Annual Grammy Awards. The dress had a low-cut neck that extended several inches below her navel, where it was loosely fastened with a sparkly brooch and then opened out again, exposing her midriff and then is cut along the front of the legs like a bathrobe. The dress generated controversy and media attention, with images of Lopez in the dress being downloaded from the Grammy website over 500,000 times 24 hours after the event. Lopez was surprised by the enormous media coverage, declaring that she had no idea it was going to become such a big deal. Lopez returned to the big screen in August, starring in the psychological thriller The Cell opposite Vincent D'Onofrio.
During the process of recording her second album, Lopez decided to tweak her image as she began to develop into a sex symbol. She started going by J.Lo, something fans often called her in the years after director Oliver Stone coined the term on the set of the 1997 film U-Turn. She subsequently named the album J.Lo. Released on the 23rd of January, 2001, it was a commercial success, debuting at number 1 on the US Billboard 200. During the same week, her romantic comedy film The Wedding Planner, in which she starred opposite Matthew McConaughey, opened atop the box office. This made her the first woman to have a number 1 film and album simultaneously in the United States. The album was preceded by the release of its lead single, Love Don't Cost a Thing, which reached number 1 on the Billboard Mainstream Top 40 chart. It was followed by the single Play. In April 2001, Lopez launched J.Lo by Jennifer Lopez, her own clothing and accessory company. Lopez felt that the voluptuous woman almost ignored in the fashion industry, and therefore her company specialized in clothing women of all shapes. The following month, she starred in the romantic drama film Angel Eyes, which performed disappointingly at the box office and generated mixed reviews. After several months, J.Lo was declining on the charts. This prompted Mottola to recruit rapper J.A. Rule to create an urban-oriented remix of the song I'm Real. This led to the release of I'm Real, which quickly reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its success resulted in J.Lo being reissued to include the single, which was number 1 in the United States during the week of the 11th of September attacks. J.Lo became the best-selling album of Lopez's career, having sold 3.8 million copies in the US and moved over 12 million units worldwide.
Having redefined Lopez's sound with I'm Real, Epic decided to release further remixes in order to keep the momentum going. A remix album entitled J to the L.O. The remixes was subsequently released on February 5, 2002. It debuted at the summit of the Billboard 200, making it the first remix album to do so. Its lead single, Painted Funny, featuring Ja Rule and Cadillac Da, reached number 1 in the US. J to the L.O. The remixes became one of the best-selling remix albums of all time, selling 1.5 million copies in the US. It produced 2 more singles, I'm Gonna Be Alright and Alive, a ballad co-written by her husband at the time, Chris Judd. In April 2002, Lopez opened her restaurant, Madre S. The following month, she starred in the thriller film Enough, which was described by the Boston Herald as a kick-butt, female empowerment film. While filming Enough, which required an overworked Lopez to practice Krav Maga, she suffered a nervous breakdown. She recalled feeling sick and weird, refusing therapeutic help or medication. She confessed, I was like, I don't want to move, I don't want to talk, I don't want to do anything. In September, she released her first fragrance, Glow by J.Lo. It performed strongly despite predictions that it would fail, and became the top-selling fragrance in the US.
Lopez's third studio album, This Is Me, then was released on the 25th of November, 2002. It was dedicated to actor Ben Affleck, her fiancé at the time. The album's lead single, Jenny from the Block, was later described by Sam Lansky of MTV News as her most iconic single. In the song, Lopez intones her modest childhood roots. The album itself performed strongly, selling 2.6 million copies in the US. Its second single, All I Have, peaked at #1 in the US. That December, Lopez starred opposite Ralph Fiennes in the romantic comedy Made in Manhattan, which became the highest-grossing film of her career.
In August 2003, Lopez starred opposite Affleck in the romantic comedy Geely. The film was a box office bomb, and is considered one of the worst films of all time. The film's poor reception was attributed to negative press preceding its release, as well as the media attention surrounding Lopez and Affleck's engagement, which largely overshadowed the film. Lopez would later describe this as the lowest point of her career, saying it was very tough. The tabloid press had just come into existence at the time, so I was like a poster child for that moment. In October of that year, she released her next fragrance, still Jennifer Lopez. Lopez also launched her next fashion label, Sweet Face. It was described by Andy Hilfiger as a more intellectual, more inspirational collection than J.Lo by Jennifer Lopez. Less sporty, more suede. Lopez's clothing lines in 2 fragrances generated over $300 million in revenue throughout 2004, which made her the 19th richest person under 40.
In March 2004, Lopez had a minor role in the film Jersey Girl, alongside Affleck. Her character, Gertrude Steiny, dies during childbirth within the first 15 minutes of the film. From the intense media scrutiny following the couple's breakup, it was noted that they may need to put Lopez in a coffin on the poster if they want anyone to come. In October, Lopez co-starred alongside Richard Gere in the drama Shall We Dance, a remake of the 1996 Japanese film of the same title. The film was successful at the box office, and was considered a rebound for Lopez following Glee.
After placing her career on hiatus, Lopez released her 4th studio album, Rebirth, in February 2005. According to Lopez, Rebirth came about because I was on such a roller coaster ride. That was my career from my first album to my last album, and I did a bunch of movie projects in between. I finally took some time just for myself, and I came back. This was the first project I did. I felt like it was a new beginning for me, like I was, in a way, reborn. Tracy Hopkins of NBC's Today Music noted that after fawning over Affleck on This Is Me, then, Lopez wisely keeps her love life out of the spotlight on Rebirth and only references her relationship with singer-slash-actor Mark Anthony on a few tracks. The album produced the single Get Right, which peaked at #1 in the United Kingdom. In May, she starred alongside Jane Fonda in the romantic comedy Monster-in-Law, for which she received a salary of $15 million. The film's marketing played up Lopez's Geely and tabloid tarnished image, and it became a box office success. In August, Lopez starred alongside Robert Redford and Morgan Freeman in An Unfinished Life, a drama film based on the novel of the same name.
In April 2006, Lopez reappeared on the Billboard Hot 100 as a featured artist on Control Myself, the lead single from LL Cool J's 12th studio album Todd Smith. The song peaked at #4 on the chart following its release as a music download, making it the pair's second collaboration to reach the top 5. Bordertown, a film based on the female homicides in Ciudad Juarez, made its premiere at the Cannes Film Festival on the 18th of May, 2006. Lopez, who also acts as the film's producer, stars as Lauren Adrian, an American news reporter for the Chicago Sentinel who wants to be assigned to the Iraq front lines to cover the war. Bordertown received a direct-to-video release. Dance Life, a reality series following the lives of 7 dancers trying to break into the world of professional dance, aired on MTV from the 15th of January to the 5th of March, 2007. Lopez produced, created and was featured in the show. According to the album's co-producer Estefano, Lopez's 5th studio album Como Ama Una Mujer would prove critics wrong with its big songs that require a voice, referring to the criticism of Lopez having a limited vocal tone. The album's lead single Que Hiciste reached #1 on Billboard's Hot Latin Songs chart. Lopez performed the song on the 6th season of American Idol on the 11th of April, 2007, becoming the first person to perform a Spanish song on the series. The album received the highest first-week sales in the United States for a debut Spanish album and the highest digital sales.
In September 2007, Lopez starred in the biographical film El Cantante, which is based on the life of the late salsa singer Hector Lavoe. In the film, Lavoe is portrayed by then-husband Mark Anthony while Lopez plays Lavoe's wife Pucci. Lopez revealed that she felt her performance in the film El Cantante should have earned her an Oscar. "I feel like I had that in El Cantante, but I don't think the Academy members saw it." El Cantante did not perform well at the box office, earning just $7.6 million. Lopez performed the song Toma de Mi for the film's soundtrack. Lopez and Anthony also launched their co-headlining North American concert tour on September 28. Lopez's sixth studio album Brave, released in October, was her lowest charting album worldwide. The album produced two singles, Do It Well and Hold It Don't Drop It. The first peaked at number 31 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, while the latter failed to make any significant impact on the charts. A five-part miniseries, Jennifer Lopez Presents, Como Ame Una Mujer, based on the lyrics of Como Ame Una Mujer, aired on Univision from October 30 to November 27, 2007. She placed her career on hiatus after giving birth to twins in February 2008. In late 2009, Lopez released two songs for her seventh studio album, Love. However, the songs failed to make an appearance on the Billboard charts, which led to her departure from Epic Records.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.